part 2 of the L400. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to put in the risers, since there's an additional screw that's on this motherboard. You're going to want to put it right here. Start by hand. You're going to want to grab a 5mm metric socket. You can do it by hand, but it's a little quicker with this gun in the video. Okay. Now put the board in. Make sure they line up. And put the screws back in one by one. I always do cross pattern, just so everything gets torqued down correctly. Okay, that should be all of them. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to remove the DVD drive. Remove the SATA connection. And remove the SATA data connector. You're going to want to remove these two screws here. Okay. Pull up, pull out, and this just slides all the way back. There's going to be two screws on each side. 1, 2, 1, 2. Remove them. Okay. The holes line up with the holes on here, so shouldn't have a problem lining them up, and just make sure the front is flush. Okay. We can go ahead and put it back. Slide it in. Put the retainer back there to the chassis. And the two screws. Okay, now since your computer was wired for a SATA DVD drive, you're going to need to snip the zip ties here to expose the Molex connector. So just be very gentle. Don't forget the wire. 1, 2. Alright. And it's keyed, so it goes on only one way. Okay. Next, you're going to want to put in the 20-pin power connector and the 4-pin power connector. Make sure the board's on steady. Also, depending on how your wires are set up, you'll probably want to cut this front panel zip tie as well. This is the USB. It's going to go right here next to the ISO slot. Okay. And We have your front panels. I will send you a diagram for that. And lastly is your IDE cable. Blue side goes onto the board, black to the device. IDE slot 2 is at the top, and IDE slot 1 is at the bottom. They go in one way, they're keyed. Just make sure they're not really kinked. And that's how you put the motherboard in the chassis.